Well, it's not really what I intended to do. It went about 10 seconds early. But what I really wanted to do was wanted to unmute the mic, which I think I did successfully. Hi, and welcome to Mechanical Keyboards Live. I'm your host, Ski with Pete, because that's what it says on my hat. If you haven't been here before, please do say hi. Don't forget to press like. Don't forget to press subscribe. It's been so long since I've done one of these live streams. I don't even know if that's what you need to do anymore. It used to be in the old days when I used to do this quite frequently that the more likes the show got, the more people got to see it. Is that still true of the algorithm? I have no idea. I don't know how it works at all. But what I can tell you is today we're going to build a keyboard out of a keyboard. So I got a keyboard here that was used as a demo. This was used as a demo a while back. This is Cherry MX Reds. This was used as a demo for New York Comic Con and Maker Faire. But it's got parts in it that we no longer sell. And we're not going to use it as a demo anymore. So why not reuse those parts? So I've got some other parts here that could be useful. So I'm going to put those to use. So here we have Sky Silence. I'm going to be using those. These are 68 gram. I'm going to be putting that together. Like I say, this is going to be the board. I don't think I'm going to use these stabilizers because I have stabilizers already in here. This is based on the Satan platform. I'm not going to use this base. I'm going to switch over the base to this. You guys probably remember, for those of you who've been around a long time, this is my scrap Clipe. So I'm going to use that today. Finally put it into a build. And I thought what better use than with old parts and scrap parts than to throw together some of these old keycaps that I've got. Well, they're not really old. They're grab bag keycaps from... Not sure which ones to use, actually. These are from Signature Plastics. They're out of grab bags. These are SA Row 3. And either I'm going to go with different colors or I'm going to go with different letters and different configurations and stuff. I haven't really decided which of the two I'd rather do yet, but I'll figure it out as I go along. Okay. This whole platform has changed. Excuse me. It's changed since I last used it, so I'm now doing something completely different inside of YouTube than I used to. And what I can tell you is that the live stream is delayed by about a minute solid. So I only get to see things very delayed. But what I can say is, what's up to Brian Frober, Matthew Teague, and Mange HD. It looks like we got about 13 viewers in here. Thanks for coming by and checking it out. If this is your first time, please do say hello. Ask any questions you want. Like I say, the delay is pretty bad, but the dudes in the chat are usually pretty awesome. I say usually pretty awesome. You guys are always pretty awesome. They'll answer any questions you got about mechanical keyboards, or I'll do the same whenever I look up. But as today, I'm going to be doing some desoldering to start us out. I may be a little bit delayed. So, clear plastic base. I'm not going to use this anymore. I'm just going to put it off to the side. And I'm also not going to use any of these keycaps, so I might as well start pulling these keycaps off. I have a sandwich bag around here. Here it is. I'm just going to pop these in here. Yeah, this is not the new Clipe. This is the old Clipe, so it does not have the removable center posts. So it doesn't matter because I'm using this super old Satan PCB. So it really doesn't particularly matter. I was, when I was originally planning to do this build... Sorry, I'm just grabbing a keycap puller. When I was originally planning to do this build, I got all ready to do it with this, the 1UP Keyboards RGB backlit PCB. But I couldn't... I didn't have a plate nearby that I wanted to use. These are the plates that I had at my desk, which were HHKB... Another HHKB, and then a couple ISO plates. You can see those are ISOs. I didn't have any standard ANSIs, So when I finally found a standard ANSI, it was in this board that I could salvage, and that's why I thought, oh, I'll just stick with the Satan. I mean, I think that the new 1UP RGB backlit is a better PCB overall, but why not reuse it? You know, it's not getting any love otherwise, so why not put it back to use? What are your thoughts? Oh wait, I'm a little bit behind. Sup Pete, how's it going from Matthew Teague? Yeah, good. How you going? So this is my second live stream since having the tumor removed from my finger. I about a year ago got pretty self-conscious about it, and so kind of stopped streaming. Then I had surgery and kind of recovered, and then I did one live stream like back in September, and I just I never really got back to it. I don't know. Not that I'm not still super into keyboards. I am still super into keyboards. Not that I don't love 1UP keyboards and I don't still participate there. I definitely do. But I just, the live streaming just kind of took a bit of a back burner while my finger was recovering. And then I just, I'm only slowly getting back into it. The setup, I updated the setup a couple times and, thought about building some new keyboards, but just kind of never got around to it. And anyways, I'm back, and here I am. Some other comments, just reading through. Again, there is a massive delay now. There's about a minute delay between when these comments appear. Matthew Teague asks, what are your thoughts on the WPE stems? Have you tried them in any housings yet? Any recommendations? So yeah, I have tried them in a couple different housings. JB and I hung out and put them in a couple different housings and pressed on them and saw if we could feel it. And the answer is, you can feel it. I think they're actually, straight up, I think they're pretty awesome. If I'm honest with you, and I'm honest about my own keyboard use, I would say that I get nowhere near the 50 million or so keystrokes that these cherry switches are rated for. Like, nowhere close. So while the UHMWPE stems are self-lubricating, and some people might criticize that they could wear down a little bit, or that the self-lubrication could, degrade the stem. The possibility of me using anywhere near enough actuations on those things before that starts to happen is it's impossible. There's no way it's ever going to happen to me. Again, if you were buying a keyboard to use in a nuclear facility and its dependability for the next 50 years mattered, then I would be hesitant about it. But for mortals like you and I would definitely say they are the best, smoothest stems I have ever used, and I would highly recommend them. I think they're excellent. They're an awesome product, and it's no wonder that they sell out in minutes when we get them on 1UP keyboards. We're trying to buy more of them, obviously. We're trying to get our hands on more faster because they're so cool and so awesome. That is all in the works, but, these things, they don't happen instantaneously. What other questions are there here from Mage HD? Still kind of matters because of the inconsistency of tray mounts. I love the Clipe. I now have 2, which is the Proto I got from Leandrin, and then the R3 really helps with the inconsistency. Yeah, agreed, man. The new boards, especially the hot swap ones, need different screw hole placements, and so the new design of the R3, which again is not this one, but to have the removable stems inside of it, it's just a better design, and that's what you get when community members design really awesome stuff. It goes good, These keycaps really need to be washed, but I am not in the mood to wash them. Mange says, my housing recommendations for them is vintage cherry bottoms and Gateron milky tops. They're way better than stems you'll find anything else. I completely agree. They feel better, let alone their quality. Mange says, also, Pete, UHMWP is a stronger material than POM in terms of wear rate. That's interesting. I understood because it was a self-lubricating material that they might break down a little bit quicker. But when I say a little bit quicker, that's what I heard was a little bit quicker. Not a lot bit quicker. So I'd really have to dig into the specs to find out more, which I haven't. Okay, putting this board off to the side, not the board, the base off to the side. I've now removed all of the keycaps. As you can see, I was not kidding. This is a Cherry MX Red board. It felt good actually. It was a nice board, but you know, I'd rather go with the Utemu Sky Silence. That's a fact. So that's what I'm going to do. So the best way to do that is to buy this extremely expensive, definitely underused in my workshop, but definitely the coolest thing that I own. It's the desoldering iron from Hakko. These puppies run about $300 a pop. And while you have to decide if $300 is worth it to you, it is definitely worth it to me. And it's going to make this a whole hell of a lot easier. You just wait and see. I also need to open my window slightly in order to complete this task, which I'm going to do there. I'm not going to turn the fan on because it's blowing a gale anyways. There you go. I also have a bit of a cold, so if you can hear me sniffling and snorting, it's just because I have a little bit of a cold. For those of you who follow me on Twitter, did any of you guys see my postings? Did I make any postings from CES? I went to CES this year. It was pretty fun. Had a good time. Hung out with the guys from Gateron. They were pretty cool. That's all I have to say about that. Okay, well, it's getting cold, so let's turn this puppy on. 16 viewers currently in the room. If you haven't already pressed like, please do press like. And if you haven't left a comment yet, you haven't started chatting in the chat, why not? So why don't you do that? Why don't you say hello or what's up or whatever people say these days? I'm just going to turn this puppy a little bit here and get this all nice and set up so I can switch over to Action Cam. It doesn't look like Action Cam. Oh, dang. Action Cam is not responding. Give me 1 second, guys. Oh no, Action Cam is down. Let's see if I can bring it back to life. I'm going to press everything is usually my go-to when trying to fix. Dang, Action Cam is down. Okay. Huh. Action, come on, Action Cam. No, it's toast. It's always the way, you know? You leave something unused for 6 or 7 months, and when you come back, it doesn't work. All right, well, that was easy. Let's just do this the old-fashioned way. So the way that this works, now that you can see it because my Action Cam is toast. is that it's got a little hole, and that little hole fits over the pin. When the solder melts, you activate the vacuum, and that sucks up the solder, making it so that there is no more solder. You can tell, actually, when it hasn't been perfect. That one's going to be a pain in the butt. We'll see. One of the problems with desoldering like this is that you are more likely to rip the pads out. I'm going to go back for that one. So you got to be careful and make sure that all the solder has been removed. And if not all the solder has been removed, you should add more solder in order to remove the solder. Okay, I'm going to try to pick up the pace a little bit here. Do you peeps have any recommendation on lube for kale, speed, gold, and bronze? Yeah, I would recommend 3203. It's Krytox lube. And the way Krytox lube works is the last number describes how thick it is. So 3203 is the thinnest. 3205 would be the 3205 would be the thickest. What's that, Steph? Tribosis. What did I say? Oh, Krytox. I said Krytox. I meant tribosis. Tribosis 3203 is what I would recommend. Uh-oh. That's good. See, when it starts to change soundy, yeah, Mange is explaining there, and I think he's doing well to explain, and he's also getting stuff right. So give me 1 second. I'm just going to open this up. Damn it. Okay. So Mange is saying that you might choose to go for oil, and he's quite right. So if those are clicky switches, which actually they are, you should probably go with oil. So you should ignore what I said a minute ago. Because clicky switches are extremely hard to lubricate. That's not the right tool. Ow. Damn it. Didn't want to do that, and I did it. There. For those of you just tuning in, this is Burning Yourself with Pete. Just like old times, eh, kids? Just like old times. Ow. Well, that is a burn. Started to change sounds again. It's not sucking that up. Let's see what I can do here. Yeah. That is not what I wanted to do. You're back. So what's happening is I've got a little well, but I've bent this, so I need to bend it back. So I'm going to bend this back first. The problem is that I bent it because I don't have enough the problem is back here. Back here. All right, let's turn this off for a second. It's unsafe to put that in the gun while it's plugged in. I think you're right because I've burnt my finger already. The problem is once this is cooled, you can't actually fit this tool down it because there's residual solder that's part way down the pipe that I'm trying to clear, and you simply can't when it's off. Remember, guys, if you're doing this at home, always wear safety glasses. I'm lucky enough that I always wear glasses, so I don't have to think about it, but you definitely need to think about it. Yeah, there's no way this will go down the hole. No. Bit crusher rip Hacko. Now this, if I'm honest with you, this happens pretty often. And I'd be lying if I said I hadn't experienced this once or twice before. I'm going to need another one of these coils, though. Can't get it through at both ends here. Let me see about this screwdriver. No. those of you just tuning in, this is Cleaning and Desoldering Iron with Pete. Yeah, sure, I burnt myself, and sure, this isn't working great, but look at all the fun we're having. Think of the fun. That's what I'm saying. This doesn't typically get this jammed in here, so it's unusual for sure, but nothing's too unusual for me, I guess. There's no way that that's melting, and there's no way that this screw bit is long enough. Oh, what if I use this now, though? Hey! Hey, I made it. You say that, but I had just slid the coiled rod down at exactly three joints previous. So there's something a little funk going on in here. I'm not 100% sure what it is. I think it's that the vacuum filter is not clean. So that's what I'm going to change now. All right. Well, this is through, and we're clean. So I'm going to put this back on. There we go. That's back on, and then this will fit back here like this, like that. It's great. And then this, I'm going to knock this out and grab a new filter. Unless I can get to the filter down there, which I can't. And now I'm going to try to stab my hand. Oh, there we go. No need to stab the hand. It came off fully and completely. Okay, let's drop this guy back in here. Nothing a little patience can't fix. Unfortunately, it's your patience. All right. Now this I got a feeling I got another one of these little desoldering pads somewhere. Oh, got an extra tube there. But I thought I had little filters. Maybe I don't. No. Okay, well, I'll add that to my shopping list. I'll put this back in for now. All right. Put some of these tools back. Alrighty then. Let's get back to it. Sounds better. That didn't sound so good, and it didn't do such a good job. That's going to be a resolder. Two I'm going to need to redo. So it's starting to sound funny again. Just going to send this little guy down the tip here. No, it's that same part that's blocked. How many do we do there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 block. All right. Same part. Let's just see what I can. Let's see what I can fish out of here. Same thing. But I'm just going to be a little quicker to the solution. And we're through. Pushing this back on here. Just gonna get one more little clean. Tao Corber, how you doing, Tao? Just giving it a second to warm up. It's not warm enough. One. Two. Three. Four. Starting to go a little funk. Let's give it a quick little push down before we carry on. Well, I was running at like 3 something, but I've just pushed it up to 425. See if that'll help keep the solder molten as it passes down the tube. No, that's still not a clean one. Starting to sound funny. see what it looks like at the other end here. It's not just the PCBs though. It's that I use. It's that I use high temperature. Lead-free solder. So I like. It's like I'm making myself it difficult for myself at both ends. You know what I'm saying? There we go. It's a 300, not a 301. Why not? You know, why not? Let's just let's just try to straighten this puppy out a little smidge. You know, one of the things I always forget this every time I do it, but you gotta let the thing fully melt before you do it, because if it's only partially melted, then it cools too quickly as it passes down the tube. Like I say, I always forget that when I start these things. Let it melt, be fine. So you can hear it change in noise. All jokes aside, what's Ski with Pete review on the Hacko 300? Worth it compared to the little pump. But you know, sometimes gigantic pain in the ass. If I could just... So I need to buy more filters, and I need to buy another one of these little pokers. I think if you have the tools to clean it properly and often, it's better. I think this is stuck. So because it's stuck, I'm going to do the method again. Clean the thing out. Yeah, as much as this is a pain in the butt and it's not going quickly, pumps suck. Blah, blah, blah. Have a good one, Tal. No, that's good enough. It's only going to last a few anyways, so might as well just get on with it. Uh-oh. What's happened here then? Uh-oh. It's jammed again. Why that is. It only wants to go in. There we go. That's an idea. Why don't I try it like this? Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to the part where I get to build the other one. That'll be fun. Nope. Yeah, I'm using the Utemu Sky Silent for this build, and you are correct. I am not lubing or dampening. You can tell when it goes, because it just doesn't sound. It doesn't sound the same. The plate that I'm going to use is this carbon fiber plate. The stabilizers that I'm using are generic black ones, though my plan is to lubricate them with 205. I don't have my tube of 205. It's at the One Up Keyboards HQ, not here with me, so I won't be doing that today. What else can I tell you about this build? Harry Biker, welcome to the live stream. How are you today? It's been a while since I've done one of these live streams, so I'm thankful that you guys are all showing up to this. I do appreciate hanging out with you guys. Especially after such a long time off, you know. It is cool that you guys are coming to hang out. As soon as it goes, you can tell that it's gone, because it sounds different. Just clogs up right at the end of this thing. Cool. No, with lubing switches, I tend to only lube my linear switches. I tend not to lubricate. I tend not to lubricate the. Look at that. Weird. Tactile switches. For reasons that I often explain like this. My hands are. I snap because my hands are have friction. Whereas if I lick them, maybe I shouldn't because I've been playing with solder. Whatever, point made. When you lubricate your hands, snapping becomes more difficult. For the same reason, I like the snappiness of unlubricated switches for tactiles. That's why I tend not. That's why I tend not to lubricate my switches on live streams, because typically I'm making keyboards for myself, and typically the keyboards I make for myself are tactile switches. Yeah, that is not working great. If you're new to the live stream, maybe you haven't been before or whatever, don't forget to press subscribe for me. And it'd be great if you could also press like. I was saying earlier, and it's actually the truth, I don't know if likes still... It's been so long since I've been on the YouTube platform. I don't know if likes still affect the number of people that get to come and see the stream. It used to be the case, but my platform looks so different. I can imagine that they've made quite a number of changes. Yeah, I just leave them incredibly thin without putting anything on the legs. And then I'm like, yeah, but why? What advantage does that give you? Hopefully I can do, this will be my last one, but it definitely needs to be cleaned again. Oh, there's definitely advantages to lubing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that there are no advantages to lubing. I'm just saying I have not found a technique for lubing tactile switches that improve it. There's definitely advantages to lubing. 100%. Especially when it comes to ping. you got a lot of ping, there's a way to lube just the spring and get exactly what you need out of it. 100%. But like I say, it tends to be with tactiles that you don't need to. But with linears, I definitely lube them. You can watch my linears when I've installed Gateron Reds, when I've installed Cherry Red Silence. Nope. Vegs showed me some great MX Browns at the Oslo meet. Without lube, those wouldn't have been anywhere close to nice. Yeah. I didn't respect MX Browns until that very point. Oh, I'm still struggling to respect the MX Brown. My very first keyboard was a Cooler. My very first mechanical keyboard, that is, was a Cooler Master MX Browns, and I was very disappointed in mechanical keyboards when I got that thing. I felt like everybody had told me how great mechanical keyboards were, and I was like, but what about this thing? It's not that good. All right, let's see how far we get here. Oh, about that far. Nope. Nope. feel like a dentist. Oh man, not a lot are coming out of this row. For those of you trying to remove, there we go, switches, this tool is pretty much essential. This is a switch puller. Probably one of the most frequent purchases on 1UP keyboards. Really? I should show you a bit better what I'm doing. As if none of these are coming out. Wow. I guess that's not the best record. It is not the best record I've seen. Genuinely don't know how this one is not coming out. Huh. All right, well. Warning, contains lead. Cool. So, I'm not gonna close the window. What am I doing? I'm gonna grab my cheapo Tossy Home. I quite like the soldering iron. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've always liked this one. This Tossy Home soldering iron. Oh. I need a little tiny cup of water. I will be 1 minute as I go and try to retrieve one. Certainly don't want to leave this silicone piece on. Uno momento. Alexa, turn on the kitchen sink.
Okay.
Huh. You used to have a tiny little water thing.
Yeah, the little shot glasses
No, it used to be the thing for the iron, the little plastic thing.
I don't know what that is.
Plug this puppy in. Now, that's a gross solder job. I'll need to desolder that anyways because it's so damn gross. I'm just putting a big old blob in here because the solder sucker should make life a whole lot easier with leaded solder. Just big old blobs. Nobody cares because it's all about sucking it up, not about making a good connection. Going to be as sloppy as I can be here because I don't care about how good the work is. It's about sucking it up, not about putting it down. You just want it to be nice and thick, really, especially when you're using leaded stuff like this, just to get the good stuff up. Lapin, lapin. This whole row is full of bad suckers. Okay, really, I don't believe that one must have been a mistake. Yeah. Like, that must be a mistake, too. Yeah. And this must be a mistake. Nope, not a mistake. I bought a K processor. In fact, I'm using it now for this, but I've never overclocked it. I keep thinking about doing it just for funds. But I haven't done it yet. Any others that I need to... Alright. Alright, let's lift a bunch of these and see what happens. Got that one there. What in the heck? Alright. You need more convincing? I'll give you more convincing. feel kind of like there's a reunion. You guys are all saying hello to each other after quite a while. It's kind of cool to hang out, actually. So much easier to work with leaded solder. That one's not going to come up. That one will. Let's see how we go here. Nope. Yep. Oh. I didn't pull those. Well, guys, my live stream of building a keyboard has been overtaken by my live stream of trying to desolder a board and failing. Stanislaw, I didn't even see you there. How you doing, man? I see that you have to go to bed. Good night. Thank you for joining. Let's see if I can get any more of these puppies up. Nope. Three to go. Two to go. I mean, I can't believe that won't come up. That one I can believe. Yeah, there you go. One more to go. There we are. Clean board. Ah. Well, guys, step one complete, but I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm freezing after having had the whole damn time I've had the window open. Panzer Bjorn's up in the house. What's going on? Indeed, the old squad is back in business. How you liking the desoldering gun? I mean, it's kind of good, but it also kind of let me down in a lot of ways. But a lot of the ways that it actually let me down were to do more with the, as you can see, because it worked super smooth at the end there, it had more to do with the lead-free solder that I was using as opposed to the actual flaw of the gun itself. I'm just cleaning off the board here. Man, I'm freezing. That was so cold. Okay, next thing to do, I'm just gonna clean up this the back of this board a little bit. What I need to do that are alcohol and Q-tip. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna go get one of those and some of that. Steph, do you know where the alcohol is? Is it up here, Steph? Or is it down there? Thanks. Thank you. Ooh, it's cold. The back of that cupboard is cold.
Yeah.
No, I'm not trying to do a real good job here. I'm just trying to get the worst of it. Alcohol and toothbrush work really well. Yeah. Maybe if I had a toothbrush, I could, an extra toothbrush going, I could really lay into this. But like I say, I'm only just doing a rough job here, just around the worst bits. Do I really care? No, but I just want it to be a little bit better. That a boy, Pants for Bjorn. Don't forget, everybody, press like on the stream. I was saying earlier, it's been that long since I've live streamed. I don't even know if that's still part of the algorithm. If you still need to like it in order to increase the number of views. Difficult to say, really. Starting to look better in some places. In certain places, a little bit better. In other places, meh. Panzer Bjorn says, shout out to Stefan JP, although he means JB. JB has been super helpful on the stream on Discord. Yeah, JB is the man. He's as you guys probably know, he's taking a more and more prominent role at One Up Keyboards, and it's been very helpful indeed. He's a real keyboard enthusiast and a pleasure to be around. If you guys aren't already in the Discord, do check the About section. That's the info section below. They've even changed the name of that. The About section, which is below this video, is that little arrow. You can click on that and then find more information about the Discord for One Up Keyboards, which obviously has a lot of keyboard chat, a lot of cool stuff happening in there, and yeah. Definitely worthwhile. And obviously a great place to ask your fellow keyboard enthusiasts any questions that you might have if you're not in this live stream with us now. Of course, if you are in the live stream, just ask away. Although I say ask away, I think I'm going to pull up short here. This has been fun and everything, but I'm freezing because the window's been open. It's like -5, maybe -10 outside. Celsius, whatever that is in Burma. Or in the other countries of the world where they use Fahrenheit, like Burma. Any other countries that use Fahrenheit? America, Burma. I think that's it. For those of you who are in America, Happy MLK Day. I didn't have to go to work today. My work gave me today off. So I'm enjoying MLK Day by repairing this keyboard. Albeit extremely slowly and at extreme pain. My intention was not to do this perfectly, but just to do like a quick rough pass. But as I do the rough pass, and I get something looking good, I notice that other parts don't look as good. And I think, might as well clean those up a little bit. And I notice that other parts also need a bit more of a cleanup. And so the cycle continues. Microfiber works much better than Q-tips. Oh, I'm sure. And if I had an extra toothbrush, I swear to you I would use it. But again, my purpose is not to be perfect. My purpose is to be rough. And like you say, there will be a little cotton residue in here, but those in important places will burn off pretty easily. Okay. All right, guys. Well, it's been fun hanging out. I will be back very soon, indeed. Probably by next weekend, because I want to finish this keyboard up. I don't want to leave this in this state for too long. This will also give me a chance to grab the GPL tube that I've been using. But I think that's enough for today. Thank you again for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys hanging out, especially all you guys who have been here so many times before and haven't seen me stream in a very long time. I definitely appreciate you guys turning up. It was really cool. It was like watching a bit of a reunion with you dudes. And like I say, I'll be back very soon indeed, so we can hang out again soon. And yeah, in the meantime, I'm just going to start to put some stuff away and hang out for a few more seconds. But don't forget to check out the Discord. That's the best place to hang out. The link is in the About section below. I'm going to have to buy another one of these. 0.1 millimeter. All right. Just trying to pull the plug out here. If I can put this puppy away. As you saw, kind of mixed results. It took me a little while to figure out the cleaning routine for it. That took a little effort, and then obviously once I switched to the leaded solder to help remove it, obviously it went a lot smoother and a lot better. I still think these things are really worth it, but they can be a pain in the ass for cleaning. But look, I got the board up. Everything is looking good, and I'm going to dispose of these move these switches off to the side. Oh, damn. Forgot to put this in there. Move these switches off to the side and start putting in the sky silence. That'll be pretty cool. Well, thanks again for tuning in, guys. I will catch you next time. But don't forget, the stream is over, but the chat continues. The arrow's pointing to the side, but actually the stream will continue, or the chat will continue somewhere else. Go check in the About section. Thank you again. Don't forget to press like if you're new. Don't forget to press subscribe. And we'll see you guys again very soon. Indeed. Thanks again.